Hello everybody, my name is Not Dead Spider. My room smells like cat pee for some reason. And today we are playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, if you remember last game, well, I was forced into a literature club. Not really. But why is there a section that's just... There's just a section right here that's just cropped out. What's going on? That's weird. But if you remember last game, I simped too hard and I threw myself into a literature club. And then, I kept pronouncing Monika's name wrong. Kept calling her Monika. Anyways, let's get into it, shall we? Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. A good note, not a bad one. There's nothing strange happening here. He's definitely not simping. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Or you're all dead. I will kill you all, and I'll hide you in that closet. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monika looks around once more. Death we trust. I look forward to seeing you, how you express yourself. Hee hee. Yeah. Oh, I got it right. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? Man, I don't write poetry. I write dark and gritty comic books with bad art and mediocre writing. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Death we trust, since we're already here, do you want to go walk home together? I've been simping this entire time. I don't know why it would stop now. That's right, Sayori and I never walk home anymore. Because she always stayed after school for clubs. Well, now we can walk home together. Terrific! Because, you know, that's what I want. Sure, might as well. You know, whatever. It's cool with me. Definitely not simping or something. Yay! With that, the two of us departed the club and made our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Which one am I gonna date first? Is it gonna be Sayori? Is it going to be Yuri? Is it gonna be Natsuki? I don't know. Which one am I gonna go for first? I gotta take a round around the roller coaster, you know? Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer with one of these girls, or all of them. Definitely all of them. At once. Not at once. Maybe. Alright! I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and make sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Yes, pick words you think your favorite club member will like. I'm just gonna... Oh... Enemy! Disaster! Oh my gosh, death! Hopeless! Shame! Chocolate! It's a shameful chocolate. It's such shameful. Horror. Climax. Sucks. Contamination. Unstable. Judgment. Cheeks. I don't like loud things, so I'm not gonna pick you. Ah. Eternity. Lust. I don't know why I said it like that. That was so weird. Inferno. Swimsuit. I'm really getting a hand on these beats, dude. Imagination. You know, because email speaks to me. Email speaks to me a lot. So, because I use it all the time, I'm gonna pick you. Who am I going to date first? Hi again, and Death We Trust. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Otherwise, I'd have to kill you. Wink, wink. Wink. Definitely not have to put you in the closet. Wink. Nah, don't worry. I just want to simp for you guys now. It's fine. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back to the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Death We Trust. I hope it isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it, you know. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. You know, Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Yeah, that's right. I just came for the cute girls. And potential comic book writing career that's totally a thing. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Hatsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. What are you talking about? I don't read damn manga, you liar! Hatsuki finds yourself stuck between Monika and manga. Monagaga! Manga's literature! Shut up! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Death We Trust always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with business work without even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is always messy. It's distracting. So distracting. There's things all over the floor. There's tacks. You gotta kill yourself someday. And you almost set your house on fire once. See, I told you, you're gonna kill yourself one day. You're just terrible at not dying, but somehow you still live. Like what? Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. You gonna... Jealous, you say? I could use that to my advantage. Jealousy. Maybe. How come? You and Death We Trust can become good friends too. I don't have friends. I'm too sophisticated for that. I just like to watch people be friends, you know? Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. You know, sexual tension is a thing, Sayori. Do you not understand the complexity of sexual tension? Huh? Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori, you weren't supposed to tell him! This is between you and me! Bad Sayori! Present? For moi? What? I got cupcakes yesterday? And I get something today? Not really. What? What? Not really? Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? I want to know. I want to know now. I need it now. Never mind. Okay, I'm sorry I was so harsh. Just give me the present, man. I want to know what it is. Sumeri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Like I always do. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. Definitely not. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. That'll make me happy no matter what, and if you don't give it to me, I won't be as happy. I will be very angry, in fact. Very angry. I'll be not happy. That's exactly what I will be. I'll be not happy. Is that so? Heck yeah. I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? No idea. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Obviously, I don't read much. The thousands of books behind me says I don't read much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation over in the corner. You know, Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Let's go to Natsuki! What? Oh, never mind then. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. seems like it looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. You know, these girls act like they've never seen a guy before. You know? It's like if guy nerds that like get really weird and awkward around girls, just opposite. Girl nerds get really awkward around guys, and it's weird. It's like those weird animes. Okay. But that only makes her hide her face even deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't even notice you in the first place. Oh, thanks. You know, 'cause I'm a very noticeable guy. Thanks. I don't know if that was a compliment or not trying to be not a compliment or whatever. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I just stopped by the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I just happened to buy 2 of them. Okay? Shut up. I see. There seems something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Glad to hear. Well, once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyways? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye in the front of the cover. Is it Jacksepticeye? Is it his eye? It's the septic eye. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl from high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she desperately tries to choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. It was weird. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. She secretly has a demon inside of her. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Death We Trust? Because if you're not, I'll hang you immediately. No, it's not that. Please don't hang me. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri was into those kind of things. She's so shy, reclusive on the outside, but in her mind, she seems to be completely different. An actual demon. It's just those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Oh, I get it. It's like the Joker movie, you know? It challenges you to look at, like, this guy that's kind of going insane, who's already insane, but going further, deeper into that. with troubled pasts and all this kind of stuff. Like that? I think it's like that. That's a good movie. You should watch it, Joker. Fantastic movie. You should watch it. Fantastic movie. It's on HBO right now. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy they believe in. Like Thanos! He just wants to snap out the half of the world and into oblivion so that everyone else can have a better life. But be emotionally scarred from it, of course. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Yep. I'm rambling, aren't I? No, not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. Apologies are bad. That's bad. Don't apologize. Not ever. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's, I don't really think you need to worry about that. I like you talking. I like you talking. Talk more. That just means you're really passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. And I'll one condition. Be my girlfriend. Be my girlfriend. I need a girlfriend. Be my girlfriend. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were talking about how you were looking forward to me reading it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book from my bag, extremely quickly, like the Flash, you know. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to. It's just not something I'm very used to. That is, reading in the company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understood what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if you could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. I don't like presences over my shoulder. It feels very weird. If there's someone ever behind me, and I know they're behind me, or I know they're walking by, I'll stop everything I'm doing just to wait until they're gone. I don't like people behind me while I'm on the computer, reading a book, drawing, any of that kind of stuff. It's not a particularly bad thing. For me, it is. Maybe for me in this game, but it's not a bad thing. But for me in real life, that's a bad thing. Real bad. Don't do it. It's a bad. Bad. I said bad too much. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Hey! No! This is my book. You read yours. You got yours. Bad, Yuri. Bad. Sorry. I was just, Yuri, don't apologize a lot. You apologize. My bad. Yuri, you apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. You know, Yuri and me have a few things in common. We like reading books, and we apologize way too much. Like, excessively much. Like, to the point where when people yell at me to stop apologizing, I'll say sorry for apologizing. And I'll continue doing that, and it's an endless cycle of apologizing, and I can't get rid of this. It's just part of me, you know? I don't know what's going on. I'm just sorry about saying sorry, you know? I don't know. Okay, let's continue. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up to Yuri's, then I hold my book up between the two of them. Ah. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. So romantic. This is a true love story waiting to happen. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh. Hi, Yuri. You're really close. Extremely close. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled together even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting. You're very distracting. Just let me read my book. I just want to read. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, I think I got a bit distracted for a second by your big bazongas and your luscious hairdos. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Yeah, it takes me at least 30 minutes to get through 2 pages. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks! We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me so I can turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. So intimate. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. Obviously not. I'm not Martian Manhunter here. I can't read minds like that. Obviously. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But death we trust. That's probably a terrible thing that we have in common. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! Don't leave me. I didn't mean it a bad thing or anything. Sorry, I just really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it's kind of cute. Ah, I see. What are you saying all of a sudden? You wanna be my boyfriend? Yes, I wanna be your boyfriend. Okay, everyone. What? Monika! What the heck? You ruined our moments! What the heck? I think it's about time that we shared today's poems with each other. No! Yuri was gonna be my bae! She was gonna be with me forever, and ever, and ever. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhaled, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book and causes it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read when, with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, will do. I stand up, so confident. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book. Then I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write that poem last night? If you didn't, I'll kill you. Yeah, I did. Don't worry. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this thing before. Well, now everyone's ready. Why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see that Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, right now it's between Yuri and Sayori. Sayori, I guess I have confused emotions about. I don't know what those confused emotions are entailing. So I'll do Yuri first. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I'll start with her. Also, we're gonna get married soon, you know? She's gonna be my girlfriend. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What's that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, and then ends up covering her whole face. After that, he's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Well, I write love poems for my stuffed animals, and then I write I write love poems for me. And I write love poems for girls. Your use of imaginary imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This might actually be my first time, really. I definitely haven't written a bunch of love poems for a bunch of stuffed animals before. And they weren't from me. I was just writing them to each other because they don't know how to write. You know. Nothing weird or anything. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just mean, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having been through that myself, I've learned to pick up on them. I think most noticeable I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressive are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like a freaking expert. Of course, that's not something that you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. It's not nice, Yuri. First you criticize my poems, and then you criticize Natsuki. Now this relationship's going downhill. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I can't read cursive, so I'm just gonna do the best I can. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminates beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickens. I flicker back. Wow. I'm sorry. I've such terrible handwriting. It's okay. I just can't read cursive. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I just don't read script very often. I'm not good at reading cursive. Very bad at it. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It was wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Because boy, do I have a ghost for you. Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Death We Trust. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In that case, perhaps the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Yeah? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so, nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. In the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing my best in Death We Trust. Me too. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I hope you guys all liked this video. If so, please leave a like and a comment. And as always, stay safe, keep rolling those dice. Bye-bye!